Okay, the next battle. So this thing has the maneuverability of the Kitakazi, but it has a much more survivability with half the firepower. It does have good torpedoes. Good, not great. Just like the Kitakazi, but it's missing that firepower. And that's its main weakness. However, it shouldn't be used was that guy talking about? Kramer, Tesla, and Albert? It needs to be used like a destroyer leader. Now, what's a destroyer leader, mindless? Well, a destroyer leader is a much larger destroyer than what you would normally have. Historically, destroyer leaders were there to provide a little bit more firepower, but also a command station for destroyer squadrons, and they were meant to lead small task forces. So they had all the extra equipment associated with that. They had we're up against the Kitakazi. We can die from that. We can also die from everything else on the team. So we can't go straight into cap. We gotta be way more wary than that. Hello. Okay, that's done. We've got to be way more wary than that. And then, of course, different nations had different roles for their destroyer leaders. But mainly, their role, look, we don't have any support. That's why we gotta be wary.
Торпеды за кормой.
Anyway, as I was trying to say,
Торпеды за кормой.
they generally had...
Торпеды за кормой.
Generally, their purpose was to hold the command staff that other destroyers couldn't hold, the command staff, the detection equipment, and the radio equipment and other stuff in order to control the rest of the squadron a lot better from up close than they would with something like a cruiser. Because the cruiser had to be in an entirely different formation in order to function. Because it simply didn't have the let's get closer to this island. They're firing at each other, right? Ah, they're firing this way. Cool. We can use that.
All stations requesting fire on the designated target. Attention.
Let's get in on this action. And let's not target the Valkyrie. Ooh. Fine with that. Now we are going to be assuming that for any torpedoes.
Торпеды за кормой.
There they are.
Торпеды за кормой.
Let's get the hell out. Stay a little bit longer.
Nice work.
I have to.
Торпеды за кормой. Торпеды за кормой. Большая пробоина. Быстро набираем воду. Торпеды справа по борту. Торпеды за кормой. Пожарная тревога.
No?
Неполадки устранены.
Speedos incoming.
Вражеский эсминец потоплен. Торпеды по правому борту. Торпеды справа по борту. Торпеды справа по борту.
Good shot.
Yep, definitely turning in. Dead, 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 dead. Not quite. Okay.
All stations requesting fire on the designated target.
What is our speed? 37.8. Okay, let's just go in a straight line. We can get away. If we go this way too, then we can get a little bit of that Valparaiso as well. Just heal up, start healing. We got that fire. He's already used his damage con, right?
Выведен из строя.
For flooding. I haven't gotten any flooding, never mind. Okay.
Неполадки устранены.
That's how it's done.
Oh, we did well that match. We did well. Very well. Okay. Okay. You know what? I don't have the HP for this. If there's anything I'm going to be doing, it's going to be going to get CCAP.
Наша команда близка к победе.
Ugh. That's some good damage though, right there. Very good damage. How much, oh. I can't see a breakdown in game. That would be great. Instead of after battle, you could look at it in battle. Well, both. That would be a nice feature.
Договорились.
Okay. What did we learn from this battle? What did we do right? What did we do wrong? How did their weaknesses complement my strengths in a way that allowed me to win? Well, the Jaeger, there we go. The Jaeger is all torpedoes and no guns, so all bark, no bite. That allowed me to take care of him pretty darn quickly. He did not expect me to come popping out of that smoke, and I did very well by smoking up right next to that island instead of out here. If I had done it out here, then these guys would have been shooting at me for a lot longer. Psychological warfare here. I did not expect this to happen here. That Valparaiso is good. The Soins? Katsoinus. He's going to start capping B, I'm going to start capping C. He'll start capping A, but we got this. Anyway, I did well by going over here, smoking there. He couldn't do much. He had no offensive capabilities in terms of fighting DDs. He's a one-trick pony. My survivability helped while I was fighting him, because he does have pretty good reload despite only having 3 guns. He has 3.0 second reload, and he has cruiser caliber 3.8 second reload, and he has 150 caliber cruiser caliber guns. So 150 millimeters, sorry. Cruiser caliber. No, Katsoins, what are you doing? you're not doing us any favors by doing that.
5 минут до конца боя. Вы – последняя надежда команды.
Idiot. Will Valparaiso get out of the cap and delay his cap further? Okay, so let's not have our AI. He could be coming for us, figuring, okay, I can't cap. I need to do something to kill the DD, and if the DD is on his way, then he's most likely coming from this direction in this area. So if I can use these islands to cut him off, then okay, yeah. Seconds. Oh, okay. Alright. Jesus. Detailed report. Do we get a map? We don't. Okay, so we did well early game by not going straight into the cap. And not getting immediately torpedoed by the Jaeger. After that, what we did well was use the cap. Not the cap, the island. I already went over that island. After that, we got chased by the cruiser. Now, cruiser might as well have been a tier 5 battleship. Tier 5 fast battleship. Reload is terrible. It's not a DD hunter. It's built to be... Aegir is a cruiser. It's a battle cruiser. It's meant to battle other cruisers and not to take out DDs or okay, so the way it goes is DD takes out battleship, DD takes out battle cruiser. Torpedoes are king because those two things are not as maneuverable as anything else. Light cruisers are meant to take out DDs. Heavy cruisers are meant to take out, as a main role, light cruisers, and as a secondary role, destroyers. Battle cruisers are meant to take out anything smaller than it. So, destroyers, light cruisers, and heavy cruisers, but its main role is to take down heavy cruisers, and its secondary role is to take down light cruisers. Now, it does have enough firepower, generally, historically speaking, to take out destroyers, but that's not its main role. So, what I am saying is that Aegir being a battle cruiser, despite being in the cruiser section, was a much greater target for me as the Mistrashimi and my torpedoes. Much greater target. If it were a light cruiser, it would have fared a lot better. But this is ranked. Battleships are king, which means you would think that destroyers would do a lot better and balance out the odds, which would mean that you need light cruisers in order to deal with them. And then, of course, if there are light cruisers, then you would need heavy cruisers. And if there are heavy cruisers, then you need battle cruisers, right? Wrong. Because the DD players, their main objective in World of Warships is usually to go and cap. That's what nearly all of us DD players, because despite what I actually play, my summary indicates, at least in random battles, that I play destroyers a lot of the time. Like, what is that? 35% of the time? And then if I go back to ranked, battleships hold a lot more of those points here. I'm an American. Don't blame me for playing more battles with America. But yeah, anyway. How do I have 20 battles in submarines? Screw that. Screw that. I don't want 20 battles in submarines. I have never even played submarines in ranked. How? Me no understand. I've never played a sub, but apparently I have. Do I even own a sub? At all? Sorry, that's distraction. Anyway, his lack of maneuverability, the Aegir's lack of maneuverability, allowed me to get some torpedo hits on him. And his lack of speed and utility allowed me to really get in some good damage on him. And that kind of won us the game at that point, because the rest of the team had dealt with the rest of their team, and it was just Valparaiso at that point. Anyway, see you next battle.